Hello, Jai Hind friends. Welcome back to the online lecture series of Business Management. Myself, Assistant Professor Mr. V.R. Vadekar from Department of Electronics and Telecommunication from Matoshi College of Engineering and Research Center, Nasik, affiliated to Savitribai Phule, Pune University. We are discussing about basics of business management. So let's start with our today's discussion. Let's have a quick revision what we have studied in last lecture. If you remember guys, we have studied about levels of management, top level, middle level and low level. Then we have seen what are the different functions of management as like your planning, organizing, directing, staffing, coordinating and controlling. Today we are going to discuss the principle of management given by Mr. Henry Fayol. So let's start with our today's lecture. Henry Fayol was born in 1841 in suburb of Istanbul, Turkey, where his father, an engineer, was appointed superintendent of works to build a bridge. They returned to France in 1847, where Fayol studied at the mining school. When 19 years old, he started as an engineer at a mining company. By 1900, the company was one of the largest producers of iron and steel in France and was regarded as a vital industry. And Fayol became managing director in 1888 when the mining company employed over 1,000 people and held that position over 30 years until 1918. In 1916, he published his experience in the book Administration Industriale General. At about the same time as Frederick Winslow Taylor, he published his Principles of Scientific Management. Talking about Fayolism, Fayol's work was one of the first comprehensive statement of general theory of management. He warned that the principles of management it should be flexible, not absolute, must be usable regardless of changing conditions, used with intelligence with a sense of proportion. So Henry Fayol, he listed out 14 principles of management. So let's discuss these 14 principles one by one. First is your division of work. It means dividing the work on the principle that different workers are best fitted for different jobs depending on influences rising from geography, natural conditions, personal aptitude and skills. Well, division of work it leads to specialization and concept of division labor, it can apply to all kinds of work, managerial as well as technical. Talking about the advantages of division of labor, well, he gains proficiency and skill on the jobs. Rate of production increases. Product quality improves. And he is in position to suggest changes in a product's processing or methods of doing that work. Talking about the disadvantages of division of labor. Division of labor, it gives rise to loss of craftsmanship. Workers become machine minders and no more. And with the passage of time, the same job, it becomes dull and monotonous. Workers don't remain all around and one can't work in a place of another if he is absent. Second is authority and responsibility. Authority and responsibility should go together, hand in hand, and must be related. An executive can do justice with his responsibility only when he has the proper authority. Reasonability, responsibility without authority, or authority without responsibility is just meaningless. Talking about the third principle is a discipline. Employees must obey and respect the rule that govern the organization. Good discipline, it is a result of effective leadership and a clear understanding between management and workers regarding the organization rules and the judicious use of penalties for infractions of the rules. Then discipline is absolutely necessary for efficient functioning of all the enterprises. Discipline may be described as respect for agreements that are directed at the achieving obedience, applications, and the outward marks of the respect. Next is your unity of command. Unity of command means employees should receive orders and instruction from one boss or supervisor. In other words, workers should not be under the control of more than one supervisor. Unity of command, it avoids confusion, mistakes, and delays in getting the work done. Next principle is a unity of direction. Well, it is a broader concept than the unity of command. Unlike unity of command, which concern itself with the personal, unity of direction deals with the functioning of a body corporate. Unity of direction, it implies that there should be one plan and one head for each group of activities having the same objective. In other words, there should be one common plan for the enterprise as a whole. Now, next is your subordination of individuals to general interest. The interest of an individual person, it should not be permitted to supersede or prevail upon the general interest of the enterprise, because this is necessary to maintain unity and to avoid friction among the employees. Talking about remuneration. Well, it is a price, paid to the employees for the services rendered by them for the enterprise. So remuneration should be fair and bring maximum satisfaction to both employees and employer. Eighth principle is your centralization of authority. Well, centralization of authority means that the authority is in the hands of center. That is, authority is not dispersed among the different sections in a business organization. Authority should be centralized only to that degree or extent which is essential for the best overall performance. And the degree of centralization is decided by keeping in view the nature, size, and complexity of the business. Next, it is your scalar chain. Well, managers may be regarded as a chain of superiors. There should be an unbroken line of authority and command from the highest to the lowest rank, that is from general manager to the employee. And the chain of supervisors should be short-circuited. When following it strictly will be detrimental to performance. Talking about order. Well, people and materials, it should be in the right place at the right time. This promotes the idea that everything, that is materials, and everyone, means human being, has his place in the organization. Materials and human beings should be arranged such that right material, that is thing or person, is in the right place at the right time. Next, it is the equity of treatment. Managers should have fairness in treatment for all his subordinates. It should deal with his subordinates with kindness and justice. And this will make employees more loyal and devoted towards the enterprise or the management. Next, it is your stability. Well, stable and secure workforce, it is an asset to the enterprise because unnecessary labor turnover is costly. An average employee who stays with the concern, is much better than outstanding employees who merely come and go. So instability, it is a result of bad management. Next, it is your initiative. Well, initiative, it is one of the keenest satisfactions for an intelligent employees. Managers should sacrifice their personal vanity, in order to permit their subordinates to exercise their own initiative. A manager should encourage his subordinates to take initiative. Last, esprit de corps. Well, the principle of management, emphasize the need for teamwork, harmony, and proper understanding among the employees and shows the importance of communication in obtaining such teamwork. So here we have studied about the Henry Fayol. What are the different principles given by him, and we have studied the 14 principles. So here it is the next assignment that you need to submit it to my email address. Next module, we are going to study about a father of scientific management, that is given by F.W. Taylor. So thank you very much, students, for being with us.